All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We're joined by West Virginia head coach Dawn Plitzowite, Madison Smith, and JJ Quinterly. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach. Then we'll do questions for the student athletes, and then we'll let the student athletes go and take questions for Coach. We have one mic on this side of the room, so he'll be walking back and forth. Please raise your hand, and we'll get you the mic. Please say your name and affiliation before asking the question. If we have time, we'll take questions from Zoom as well. So please use the raise hand function on Zoom, and we'll try our best to get to you. Coach, if you'd like to start us off with an opening statement.
Well, first of all, I thought Arizona played a very, very good basketball game and started from the beginning, from the opening tip. And so, certainly congratulate them on the season that they've had, but also how they played in this game. That being said, I thought our young ladies battled. We started down in the first quarter, kind of dug ourselves a hole. But I thought our resilience and our toughness kind of showed through. I thought we continued to, work to attack. Just again, I think anything that we tried to get into from a defensive standpoint, we really had a hard time slowing them down and taking away some of their actions. But all that being said, I told our players in the locker room that I don't think many people, when this whole thing started, less than a year ago, would have said that our young ladies would have had a chance to be battling and have a chance to do the things that we've done this year. So certainly really, really proud of our young ladies and these two who are up here who have carried a lot of that load all year in JJ and Maddie. And I think but all of our young ladies just think their ability to continue to get better and to grow is something that was really fun and something that was really special and something that we can continue to build upon. So certainly just really proud of our young ladies for the whole season. And I thought we continued to battle throughout the course of the entire game. Things didn't quite go our way. Even when we got some really good looks, they just didn't fall for us. And so I think, but not from a lack of effort.
Thank you, Coach. We'll take questions for Madison and JJ. Please address who your question is to, and please say your name and affiliation before asking. Who wants to start us?
Jared MacDonald with the Charleston Gazette-Mail. Matt, Coach talked about that slow start in the first quarter, 28 points allowed. I guess what did you see that they were doing that allowed them to have some of that success?
They really pushed the ball in transition, and we had a hard time getting back and stopping the ball, and we fouled a lot in the first quarter.
We'll go in the back here.
Hi, Paul Sikala from KVOA News 4 Tucson, the NBC affiliate in Tucson, Arizona. For both players, what was it like going up against a former teammate in Esmeri Martinez, and how close of a relationship do you have, and how weird was it in some ways playing against her on the court, not as a teammate?
JJ, why don't you start?
For me, it wasn't too weird. I only played with her for a year. I mean, I'm cool with her. We was laughing, joking on the court, but it's just another player, another game.
Madison?
Yeah, it was cool to play against her. Good to see her again. She's a great player, and yeah.
What else? Go back.
JJ, how much do you think their size hurt you here today?
I don't think their size, I can't really say it hurt us, more that we could have did better. We just could have did better, just keeping them off the boards and everything, so.
Go right here in the second row.
Hi, Tanner Mounts, U92. This is a question for JJ. You were able to get to the line and shoot 12 free throws tonight. Was that a point of emphasis coming into the game, or is that just something that you saw you could take advantage of and kind of changed how aggressive you were?
I mean, that's my game, getting to the hoop, and the coaches, of course, they said get to the rim. There's nobody stopping me to get to the rim, so that's what I did.
Go here in the second row.
Gabe Ibrahim, her hoop stats. Sorry for the result. This is for both of you guys. I want to know, like Coach said, you guys have carried the load for this team all season. What's it been like playing with each other, and how much has your relationship grown on the court?
Madison, you could go first, please.
Playing with JJ, she makes me better. She's fast. She pushes the ball. It's just great to have a teammate like that, and I'm really gonna miss playing with her, playing for this university.
JJ.
I think same. Maddie's taught me a lot over the years from my freshman year, and she's just great having her out there. Just, I don't know, she makes it peaceful.
Go to PJ in the front.
PJ Brown, Arizona Daily Star. I had to wait a little today to talk, which is a good thing. Coach, you climb.
PJ, do you have any questions for the student athletes?
Oh, sorry.
We'll do coach after.
Sure. At JJ or Madison, you guys you clawed back in that third quarter and came really close to, keeping that tight. And then Arizona was able to sort of, with Shayna Pellington on the bench, they were able to sort of pull it out, extend their lead at that point. What were you seeing on the court that happened in that moment? Because you guys were battling, you were right there, and all of a sudden Maddie hits a three and a couple of other things happened. What were you seeing on the court in that moment?
I think the guard change. Number 15 is a totally different guard from number 1. She can shoot the ball, she can shoot pull-ups, she can get to the hoop. It was a different ball game, so we changed up our screens into Barron, and then that went to our man not helping and them getting layups. So, we just got to rotate better. There's nothing we can really do now, just get better over the summer.
Does anyone have anything else for the student athletes? All right, thank you guys. You're good to go. We'll take questions for Coach. Who would like to start? PJ.
What were your adjustments at halftime? Because you came out really strong in the third quarter.
Well, we tried to do a better job of just doing what we're supposed to do, if that makes sense. We're trying to do a better job in some conversion defense. We call it our transition defense. We call it our conversion defense. That's where it started. I think they were really good in their transition offense. So it kind of started from what some of the matchups look like from there. And then, talked about just some of their screening action and how we were going to try to guard it a little bit better and finish plays. So, not anything that was overly significant except trying to do what we wanted to do, but at a little bit more efficient clip.
Go to this side of the room.
Coach, in that first quarter there, Pellington, I believe she had 9 of her 18 points and all 4 of her assists. I guess what allowed her to have that success early going?
Well, she's really pretty tough in some ball screen scenarios, and so we kind of watched how some other teams in the conference defended it, tried to defend it in ways that they had success. We didn't have success with those type of ways. So, I thought she got to the rim. She got to the rim in transition. She got to the rim, in a half-court scenario. I thought she came off the ball screen, hesitated, re-attacked, hit some pull-ups. She kind of really got a little bit of everything at that point in time. So, I think we were back on our heels at that point in time. And so then when we made some adjustments, I thought we were a little bit better, but then their post kids got going. And so there was give and take in all of that. And so I thought they played a very, very good basketball game. I'm proud of our young ladies because I thought we battled back. And I thought in a lot of ways we took care of the basketball against one of the best teams in the country defensively at turning opponents over. We got a lot of really good looks. Unfortunately for us, we are not a team that shoots it at an incredibly high percentage. And so that's kind of tough. So then the adjustment we tried to make was to try to get some more offensive rebounds. And again, I thought our players did that. I thought our young ladies really flew to the offensive glass. And in particular, I thought Isis and Jayla and Kaya were three young ladies that were trying to keep possessions alive and give us another opportunity to shoot it at that point in time. And so, again, I think we tried to control what we could control, and we tried to battle, and every time we seemed to try to make an adjustment, they seemed to have an answer for it that was effective too, and so they're obviously a very, very good basketball team, and I thought our young ladies competed and tried to put ourselves in position, but it wasn't good enough today.
Go to the second row right here.
Hey, Coach. So obviously, not the result you wanted for the end of the season, but JJ had a wonderful season, ends up with 18 points in a tournament game. What's the future look like for someone like her?
Well, I think JJ's someone whose game continued to grow throughout the course of this season. I think her understanding of how to attack, and even from the beginning of the game until the end of the game, I thought she continued to recognize and see some situations. She's right. We kept telling her to attack. I thought she passed up a couple open threes on top of it too. I thought she had a couple of those, and she's a good three-point shooter. So, I think she's someone who we want the ball in her hands a lot because she makes good decisions, and she has the ability to make plays that not a lot of players have the ability to make plays like she can.
Go to the second row right here. Reminder to please say your name and affiliation when asking a question.
First, Jake Howard, Daily F&AM. First of all, it's been a pleasure to cover this team. My question was, getting to the tournament here in your first season here, taking over a team that hadn't made it the year prior, how does that make you feel about what you can accomplish in the future? And
right, I'm really proud of these young ladies. I think it's, this is our story before the game. I don't know. I'm not a very good golfer, right? But when golf balls were invented, they were smooth. There weren't dents or dimples in them. And then as soon as they'd get hit by a golf club, they'd realize that the more dents that they had in the golf ball, the farther the golf ball would go. And so that was kind of like us during the course of our time in growing, is that there was a lot of adversity. There's a lot of learning. When there's a transition, it's challenging, and our young ladies had to learn a new system, a new style, and all those type of things. And we weren't as successful as we wanted to be early on. And we continued to battle, and we continued to grow, and continued to put some dents in the golf ball, if you will, and it kept going further. And then the way that we finished, I thought our young ladies really battled and really continued to get better as the season wore on. I thought we played against an Arizona team that played really, really well. Sometimes that happens. You talk about when you get to tournament time, it comes down to matchups, and this matchup obviously didn't suit us all that well. And so our understanding of the game continued to grow, our awareness of how to help each other continued to grow. So I thought we continued to get better as the year went on.
Go right next to you.
What are you going to miss most about this team moving forward?
Well, I think their ability to continue to try new things, if you will, and that's not something that every team has that ability to do that, to go from one system, one style to another. And then we continue to tweak what we did during the course of the year to adjust to how our players played best. And so I think their ability to continue to learn. It happened in practice yesterday. And we asked one of our kids a question about how we wanted to guard a certain thing. And she used a phrase that we haven't used probably in at least a month. And I thought, wow, that's really smart. So we're retaining, we're getting better, we're learning. So it was really fun to watch that continue to grow all year.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Okay, thank you.